Hi everyone. For our last discussion post, um, with it just being like reflection, when thinking about how like crisis trauma and grief counseling will impact my future counseling practice. So, as I talked about before, I'm really interested in working with trauma, and individuals who have experienced trauma, of course. Um, and I feel like I've learned a lot in this class, and one of my favorite intervention models is a 7-step intervention model. Um, and the reason why I like it is because, like the one assess lethality and establish rapport. When an individual has endured trauma and is in crisis, they can be hypervigilant, and they can just not feel safe. So this class has taught me a lot about establishing rapport, helping the survivor feel safe and heard and validated, um, and of course identify those problems and dealing with their feelings, and validating, like I said, like with it, letting them know that it's okay to feel hurt, sad, upset, scared, that all those feelings are relevant here. And then exploring like solutions, and developing an action plan, and of course follow up. But what I really like about this particular intervention model is like, or just in general, that you want to be mindful not to push the client to have solutions at the moment because they may not have it all together at the moment, and that's okay too. But providing that psychoeducation on stress responses and helping them like know how to manage when they're feeling overwhelmed and stressed is very helpful and important. And I've just learned a lot in this class. I would say some challenging moments in this class was the grief portion, because with this class, I did have a passing in my family, so that was really challenging, and it had just happened when we were going over a specific material um, around grieving, so that was kind of fresh and hard to do, but I also think I learned from an outside point of view how to deal with it, and just how to make sure that the individual has space to grieve, and that grief looks different for everyone, which I think was timely at the same time. Though it was challenging, it was something that was very timely that happened. So I'm grateful. Um, One of the triumphant learning moments, um, to be honest with you, writing the paper was my favorite, because I learned so much about crisis, and because I chose to do it on hurricanes, and my family like experienced Hurricane Katrina. So being that young and learning like how stressful now how it probably was for my family, like they tell me about it, but really knowing like the stressors around hurricanes and the aftermath that it can cause. So I just feel better prepared for a crisis and how to handle that, because something in the book that I remember hearing is, um it's not about if you'll be called to a crisis, it's about when. So just being really mindful of how you handle the situation, and just remembering to be open, honest, in a safe space, and patient at the end of the day, because it's a lot. And I'm just grateful for this class. It gave me another perspective, and it just like further like put tools under my belt to help me be a better counselor and working with crisis trauma and grief. So, and overall, I really enjoyed this class.